welcome to our cool channel. We are M3 Movies on YouTube. We talk about movies and films and stuff.
Hello!
Hey!
Welcome to M3 Movies. I'm Jack, and today, Brian is out of town, and he will be for the next, 8 or 7 weeks. So I'm joined by my dear friend, who I hate with all of my soul, Rayon.
Rayon.
Yeah.
You know my last name? I'm not going to tell it.
Yeah, I'm not... I mean, if you're
The last names.
If you're uncomfortable putting it on the internet, out to the world, then don't feel like you have to.
Oh, no, I am. Just not when it relates to you, Jack.
Right.
We have actual hatred for each other. This isn't a joke. We get along terribly, but we know a lot about
Rayon
movies.
was the last person I turned to. I actually went to literally everyone I've ever known, and Rayon was the only one who was okay with it.
30 minutes before the podcast started, he texted me, so...
That may or may not actually be true.
In fact, the person that Jack wanted to get texted me before Jack did. So...
Yeah, well, he's here, and that's all that matters, even if I hate your guts. But there are probably going to be spoilers ahead. Yada, yada, yada.
I'll kick Jack if he spoils anything good, though.
No, there's a little... In the description below, it's going to show if there's spoilers. We don't know now, but you will. You'll know if you look down below.
Jack, you're disgusting.
Thank you. But yeah, that'll... Good Lord. Oh, I'm sorry.
If he has a heart attack, I'll call 911.
That does it for the intro. So now let's get started with the birthdays. And there's a little jingle here. Jingle. It's your birthday! That was a good jingle.
That was good editing there, Jack.
Thanks.
That was actually
No, yeah,
really
I
good.
do it in post. I don't do it.
Wait, is it actually Tobey Maguire's birthday today?
Well, let me get to it, and you'll
Whoa.
find out. So this is as of today, June 27th, not tomorrow when it comes out, June 28th. Today's birthday goes out to, I don't know.
Birthday wishes?
Yeah, sure. Sam Claflin.
I don't know what he's done.
Yeah, me neither. Courtney Ford, Emma LaHanna, Ed Westwick, Tobey Maguire, J.J. Abrams. Who's that guy? Wagner Mora, Matthew Lewis.
I don't know who he is.
He's Neville in Harry Potter.
Oh, he's gross. I don't like it.
He grew up to be hot.
He's a grody guy.
No, he grew up to be hot. That's
Neville,
like a big
Neville
thing
grew
about
up to
him.
be hot. Not that guy.
No, that guy did also. Matthew Lewis?
No.
Look it up. Look him up.
All right, I just got a text, so I might abandon this midway through.
No, Rayon.
I'm not going to.
Turn your phone off,
I'm
Rayon.
not turning my phone off. I'm looking.
Turn your
I'm
phone off.
following along. I'm following along.
Silence it or something. Jesus.
I just silenced it.
Christian Kane, Kimiko Glenn, Chandler Riggs, Kelly Jackal, India de Beaufort,
Drake Bell!
Isabella Johnny, Alana Masterson, Madeline Sweeten, Damian Maffei, Ken Marshall, and Martina Garcia. God damn it.
You really don't like the Spanish, do you?
No, I don't. I'm incredibly racist, Ran.
I actually,
You should know this.
that's the truth.
Yeah. Which is
Considering
why
that
I
I am an
refuse
Arab
to say
guy.
your last name. Yeah.
It's more Arab than you could imagine, I guarantee
It is. It's, what is it? Al-Mahmudi? Jesus Christ.
That's not far off.
Alright, yeah, that's it for birthdays. Let's move on to new releases. It's jingle time. Go for it, jingle.
New releases, new releases, new releases. They're out today, or tomorrow, or next week, or maybe they're already out. Who's to say?
Cool jingle.
Wow, that was amazing.
It was amazing. I like the jingles that I did. Brian doesn't. When I was writing the jingles, every time I'd churn one out, Brian would be like, no, I hate that.
All right, I'm going to be real with you, Chief.
Yes, babe.
I ain't ever heard of Uncle Drew.
You aren't missing much. It's, I'm completely blanking on his name. Hold on.
I'll Google it as well.
Yeah, I'm on it. I'm going.
But Sicario is really good.
What is his name? Hold on, This is going well for me.
Why do people even make movies if they get reviewed bad?
It's... What do you mean?
Kyrie Irving?
What do you mean? What?
Does this have Kyrie Irving in it?
Looks like it. Yeah, Kyrie Irving, Tiffany Haddish, Nate Robinson, Reggie Miller, Chris Webber,
Nick
5
Kroll.
plus more. Nick Kroll.
That's the only guy I've heard of.
Lil Ray Howery.
Oh, he was in Tag, right?
I think. I don't know. Oh,
Tag
JB
was really
Smoove.
good. I just saw Tag. That
Was
was
it?
really good,
Oh,
actually.
good. We can talk about it later with the movies watched
Yeah.
segment. But yeah, everything I've seen for it looks
Bad.
god awful. Like god awful.
It looks like Tyler Perry's, but somehow worse.
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing against Tyler Perry, Mister, if you're watching.
If you're watching.
I'll
Tyler
take my
Perry's
little
a
brother
big
to watch
fan
it.
of our. Yeah, Uncle Drew. It doesn't look great. I don't think I'll watch it ever. Maybe it'll be
PG-13.
good.
I'll take my little brother to watch it because he likes basketball stuff.
You know what? Maybe it'll turn out well, and we're gonna be shocked and surprised. Maybe it'll be the next.
As a 50% on Rotten Tomatoes, don't get your hopes
Okay.
up.
Speaking of movies, Sicario 2, Day of the Soldado.
That is I'm sure the movie's gonna be good, but
Mhm.
oh my god, they completely ruined it. Like by the title alone.
How so?
The
Explain.
original title
Mhm.
was just Soldado. No reference to Sicario. I think that was so much better
Yeah.
on its own, and then they have to add so much and
I think
with
it's so that people know that it's a Sicario.
yeah, if they
sequel.
wanted to do Sicario Soldado, just adding the Day of the Soldado, and it's just too
Yeah.
cluttered.
Yeah.
And also the poster looks a little too edgy with with the skull and the two gun. It looks a little edgy.
I'm not really okay. I like the first Sicario.
No, I love the first one
as much as you can. Well, not really as much as you can.
Yeah,
but,
no. I think you can love any movie as much as I can.
But I just don't really find myself caring about this one, like remotely even.
I haven't been hyped for it, but I like that approach to movies. I don't really get excited for anything except for Star Wars.
Yeah.
But and then whenever I watch a movie, I'm never disappointed unless it's god awful. But I don't watch god awful movies.
Yeah.
In fact,
Well, you watched Infinity War.
Infinity War was fantastic and
Shut up.
an example
Shut
that should
up.
be watched in film school for how to do a movie with as many characters as that. It was phenomenal. It was fantastic.
We'll not get into that. That'll eat up so much of
No,
our time.
I don't know. Like, all I'm saying is that the issues that you have with the movies stem from the fact that you're biased against Marvel.
That is not true.
And that's
yes,
completely
I am
true.
biased. There's some truth to it, but I also just don't like it as a movie.
How?
I
I don't. There's so
There
many
are-
things that are done right with it.
Okay, Marvel movies are good. I won't deny it. They make good movies. My problem with Marvel is that they don't do
push the
anything
envelope.
new. Exactly. Infinity War to me was just bad.
Infinity War to me was the Marvel movie that I always wanted, next to
Really?
Spider-Man: Homecoming. I think the Avengers on its okay. I'm just most people's favorite. I think I'm safe to assume that most people's favorite Marvel movie is the first Avengers until Infinity War came out. But the thing with that
I'm
movie,
not sure. Winter Soldier,
Winter Soldier. Yeah, I haven't seen that one actually.
Homecoming,
Yeah, Homecoming is my favorite.
Black Panther.
Black Panther, I think, is just liked because of the cultural significance
That's
of it, rather
absolutely
than the
true,
actual
yeah.
movie.
Love Coogler, but
The movie was a perfectly acceptable watch.
Exactly.
It wasn't anything special. But I think the big thing with the first Avengers is that it's a cheesy, like it's purposefully cheesy, and like you can't deny it.
sure. Yeah.
And the thing about it is that it's fun,
hmm
and that it doesn't really take itself too seriously.
Which I think
And I think that's-
Infinity War did the exact opposite.
And I think
of.
the Infinity War did the exact opposite of that.
I feel like visually,
This is the first. I will say this. That is the first Marvel movie, and the first movie as a whole where the stakes being that high actually worked. Most movies they just like, oh, you gotta save the world. Like it's just a cop out for some cheap drama, and it doesn't really work. But I think the way that Infinity War handled the Thanos and his motivation made me care about him, and it made me feel conflicted as to the entire world. I wasn't sure, like, of course Thanos was the bad guy, but he was right, and that really impacted a lot of the movie. And I think that the stakes felt really high, because they should be.
I guess I just didn't feel that at all.
I don't know, maybe...
Because I still know that all of the characters that quote-unquote died are...
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a
dead.
comic book movie. I mean, what do you
That
expect?
shouldn't matter, though.
I mean, I don't know, I think...
Unless you're, like, strictly basing it off of an actual comic.
Well, I don't think you should make judgments on that yet until we see what actually happens.
Okay. Well, I mean, they already announced... Oh, that's another movie news thing. Hold on, let me just add that real quick. They announced another Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's right,
Who's
Far
it?
From Home.
Yeah. I'll put that in. Give me a second. Spider-Man Far From...
But what I will say about Infinity War is that a friend of mine who really hadn't seen, I think he saw, like, the Avengers, and that was it.
Yeah.
Like, he did not watch any Marvel movies. But he's a big film guy. He goes to Emerson.
Hmm.
And he watched it, and he thought it was great. Like, he actually really, really enjoyed it.
Hmm.
And most people I've talked to have really enjoyed it. You know, that honestly, it's almost like a parallel to Solo.
How so?
Solo is like, I don't know, well, to you, like, the critics loved Infinity War. You didn't like it.
Well, they were okay with it, I think.
Yeah, I think the critics trashed Solo.
Yeah.
But it was a fun, enjoyable movie.
It was.
Well,
the difference I see between Solo and Infinity War is that Solo really, I mean, like, it takes itself seriously, but it doesn't try to cram all this emotional tenseness and drama into it where it isn't necessary. Where Infinity War follows just, like, such a pattern of action scene, emotional moment, action scene, emotional moment, and it just feels... It feels drawn out. It feels forced.
I think it's formulaic, but I don't think there's anything wrong with that formula. If you get what I'm saying.
Well, no, the formula isn't what I'm talking about right now. I'm just saying that Infinity War felt very forced drama to me, where it didn't really feel earned, and Solo sort of saw that it was just a fun action heist movie.
I have that problem. I have that problem with other Marvel movies where the drama doesn't feel natural. But I think Infinity War, the drama all felt natural to me. I don't know. I think it was the best Marvel movie so far. That was the.
Well, if that's your opinion, then
yeah,
you're wrong. But I won't.
No, but Solo was actually, like, really good though.
I loved Solo. Solo was very fun.
The one thing else I liked The Last Jedi better as a movie.
Mm-hmm.
But The Last Jedi had moments that took me out of, like, the Star Wars universe.
Yeah. It
Solo
had its off moments.
Yeah, Solo felt throughout the whole thing as if it was a Star Wars movie. And that was really impressive to me.
Yeah,
they referenced, and I know this is probably just me fanboying out, geeking out, but, like, they referenced a lot of old Legends material. The Maw.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that whole thing. And there, that's where the Death Star was built. Inside
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'm not too familiar with Legends, actually.
Yeah, no, that's one thing.
Stuff, I'm like,
one thing
down,
I'm like
flat.
Really angry about is I knew so much about Star Wars. That's probably where, like, half of my childhood went, and now it's all useless. It was useless before, but at least I had a reason to know it.
Yeah.
But I do appreciate them streamlining everything until they make Revan canon, though. Once Revan's canon, I'm gonna pee my pants with excitement.
Oh, okay. So it is something that you want.
Yeah.
Revan's cool, dude.
Revan is so cool. I think the Mandalorian Wars are canon, though.
Ooh.
I think they are, because that's right. In the Clone Wars, me and my brother watched the Clone Wars TV show, because that's canon. That's one of the only things that's canon. That's, like, good. But I'm kidding. No, and
like, what about the original?
I'm kidding. No, because Rebels is. I'm referencing Rebels there.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of Rebels, but
I haven't watched it. I don't know how I can watch it.
In the backgrounds, just illegally, but that's none of my business. In the background of the fight between Darth Maul, Darth Sidious, and Darth Maul's brother,
Savage Opress.
Savage Opress, actually.
Savage
French.
Opress.
Savage. The no more evil name that you can get than that. But in the background of that fight, there is a giant mural of the Mandalorian Wars of the Jedi, and I'm like, that's canon. It has to be, because it's right there.
Do you remember that one shot? This is pretty much nothing to do with what you were saying, but that one shot. I don't remember what episode it was. I think it was after Sabine died.
Was it the one where the floor opens and not Darth Maul, Obi-Wan standing there
with
and
the lightsaber and the
it's the most
my
beautiful.
God.
That shows
Legitimately one of the most beautiful shots I've ever seen. Ever.
And you know that's one thing. I get into this. Everyone hates me because I like anime, but that Clone Wars reminded me of it. There's a lot of things that you can do in both movies, TV show, and entertainment that you can only pull off effectively in animation, and it doesn't work in anything else. And I think the Clone Wars is one of those things. Of course, you could make some of those things just only work in animation.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
Well, like when Ahsoka decapitated that group of board members.
Yeah.
That was brutal.
Yeah.
Was that Ahsoka?
I don't.
No, that was Maul.
Ventress?
Ventress?
Maybe it was
one
Ventress.
of those.
Or
Anyway,
when Ventress freaking stabs that guy through the back and then kisses it. That was gross.
Yes,
Yeah.
gives him a little kiss on the cheek. Yeah, let's move on.
I like that conversation. Though.
Thanks. Movie news. It's jingle time, girl.
It is time for movie news.
Good jingle. Good. I'm not sure if you've noticed, but I'm trying to line it up with the 10 seconds.
No.
Cool. There's actually quite a bit of Star Wars news this week. First,
I will say I prefer to stay away from Star Wars news because I want to be surprised.
well, that's too bad. You're on a podcast where we're gonna talk about Star Wars.
No, I mean
news.
it's this early.
I mean, it's not anything about
no, nothing
movies
spoilery.
in the future. No, no, it's just about their plans and whatnot.
Yeah.
First of all, we have all potential Star Wars spin-offs have apparently been put on hold because of the flop of Solo.
Well, I mean, I think that was just Disney's fault for oversaturation.
Yeah.
I don't think that there's anything wrong with the movie itself.
No, the movie was great, and it's a bummer.
Yeah.
I was looking forward to a James Mangold Boba Fett, which wasn't really.
I was hyped for that. A Star Wars Western.
I mean,
oh my God.
I don't think there's been anything saying that they're just not doing it. I think they're just looking at sort of what went wrong with Solo and how they can fix it in the future, which is the way to go instead of just keep throwing things out there.
All I'm gonna say is Disney, Mr. Disney, if you're listening.
Mr. Disney.
Sir Disney, I'm sorry.
He's frozen.
Yeah, he's frozen.
Carbonite.
And he was also a Nazi. But just make a Obi-Wan movie with Ewan McGregor. Everyone would watch that. Literally everyone would watch that.
That's true.
Yeah. And plus there's a lot of cool material there. I read an entire book about Obi-Wan and what happened after episode 3 and before episode 4. There's a ton of cool stuff to be explored. There is a Tusken Raider. But there was a in episode 2 apparently there was a Jedi who ran away from the Order and he hid out on Tatooine and basically his mind had become corrupted and he became a gray Jedi except that he was with the Tusken Raiders. So then then he figured out Luke was staying there and then he was I need to take him and then Obi-Wan took care of him and it was a great story.
My only problem with an Obi-Wan movie is that people would still hate it. There's so many people who are begging for and just craving an Obi-Wan movie that if they ever do make it with Ewan McGregor, it's not going to live up to their expectations.
Oh no, absolutely not.
There is no way to live up to that. But I mean, I'd watch it, but it's not really the number one thing that I'd be asking for right now.
The Star Wars thing that I want the most, well, of course, after they conclude the trilogy that's going on right now, is maybe a spin-off trilogy about the Old Republic.
Yeah.
That's what I want. Because something not related to the Skywalker family. Because I think people... That was the main problem with Episode 8. I think people were expecting Luke to go in, decapitate a bunch of stormtroopers, do a backflip, and fly off and marry Mara Jade, and have 5 kids. But that's not what it was.
And I really honestly loved Rogue One and Solo, and I loved them because to me, Star Wars has always been about storytelling more than the Skywalkers or anything else, you know? The Clone Wars, it wasn't focused around one specific character. It was just
Yeah.
showing the happenings
Anthologies.
of this
yeah.
massive galaxy and this massive war, and that really interests me.
No, but
Star Wars is what got me into storytelling when I was very young. Like, I watched it, it inspired me. I would, play with my Legos. And it's just...
and I feel a lot of people
like
have had
there's
that experience.
there's such an open, like, playground of, like, character after character and world after world and ship after ship that you can play with and make stories with. And I feel like to continue telling the Skywalker's story
Limiting.
is extremely limiting. Exactly.
You see, I completely agree with that, and I think a lot of people have had that same experience.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the message and the themes of Rogue One.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel the execution of the movie was the most subpar since the prequels.
That's the thing. I can't argue why
Yeah.
people would dislike certain Star Wars movies. I completely understand, but I still like them.
Yeah, no, like, oh my god. Rogue One was such a massive disappointment to me.
Really?
It was such a big disappointment to me, because except everything leading up to leading up to the third act and that amazing Darth Vader scene, everything leading up to that was so boring. I don't know, just the pacing was off. I can't remember any character's name except for K2SO
Jyn Erso.
and
Sheridan
Jyn
Webb.
Erso, yeah. And
Baze Malbus.
yeah, no, you're the only one that knows that.
I know. I hate myself.
And the only other interesting character was Donnie Yen. I think the only interesting character was Forrest Whitaker and Donnie Yen. Those were the only two interesting characters. Those are the only ones I had a connection to. And I guess
understand.
Mads Mikkelsen.
I can understand the dislike towards it, but I just have an easy time liking Star Wars.
No, I hate it because I love it.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah. All right. Next up on the list, the cast for The Voyage of Dr. Dolittle has been announced. I don't have... It's on my phone, which is recording right now, so let me look that up real quick.
Dr. Dolittle. I have zero idea.
Okay, here we go. Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Dolittle. Emma Thompson. I'm not going to name all of the character names. Selena Gomez, Kumail Nanjiani, Ray Fiennes, Octavia Spencer, Rami Malek, Craig Ferguson, John Cena. Give me a second. Carmen
Rami Malek's good.
Yogo, Tom Holland, Marion Cotillard, and Franca de la Tour. She was the female giant in the fourth Harry Potter movie.
But where's Eddie Murphy?
Where's Eddie Murphy?
For Dr. Dolittle?
For Dr. Dolittle.
Eddie Murphy.
The Voyage of Dr. Dolittle. Not... Good God. Yeah, I don't know anything about The Voyage of Dr. Dolittle.
Nothing at all. That's why I made the Eddie
Cool.
Murphy joke, if you couldn't tell.
So, I don't think we'll talk about that on end.
And if you care, you're a gross person. I hope you realize that.
Let's move on. The first look at Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood with Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio has been revealed. Have you seen it?
Is art just revealed?
Yes.
Or, no.
I think it's just like set pictures.
Why do people care about that?
I don't know.
Just like wait until the trailer's released and then get hyped
Yeah, I
about
don't
it.
know.
I mean, it's Tarantino. Of course it's going to be good. I mean,
I have to be honest with you.
don't do this to me, Jack.
know.
Don't do
I
this to
know.
me. Don't do this to me.
I'm not the biggest Tarantino fan.
He has a very stylized directorial style, and it's not for everyone.
To me, his style feels like he's just kind of doing whatever and hoping it lands. And most people think it does, and I just don't. And that's it. That's really my only issue. His dialogue is fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely.
The stories, they're interesting. But, I mean, I don't know. None of his movies have really stuck with me. So...
I don't know. I think all of his movies that I've watched have stuck with me. Django, Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
Those are the two biggest ones. And I watched most of the one with Joe Pesci. Or not Joe Pesci.
Joe Pesci?
Not Joe Pesci.
Reservoir Dogs?
Yeah, Reservoir Dogs.
Reservoir Dogs.
That one's great.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've seen Inglourious Bastards, Pulp Fiction, Hateful Eight, and I think
Django's probably his most like.
that's it.
Django is probably. I think you might like Django then.
Yeah,
'cause
Django.
Django's
I
the
think
most
I
like
might like.
is the most like normal movie that he's ever directed.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense. It's straightforward.
What about Reservoir Dogs? That was pretty normal, right?
It's pretty normal, but it's still like has a style all over it.
Right.
And I don't know if that's but
Yeah.
okay.
All right. Well, okay. And then another Star Wars thing. The
Yes.
Last Jedi is on Netflix. Hooray!
I'm watching it with my mom tonight.
I'm
I'm gonna
gonna
force her to.
I'm gonna do a Star Wars marathon for my birthday. It's gonna be fun this week.
Well, I hope you know Star Wars is bad, right? You heard the news, right?
Why would you say that?
Star Wars is bad. The SJWs have ruined my Star Wars.
Kathleen Kennedy is ruining Star Wars.
Kathleen Kennedy, Star Wars.
Ruining Star Wars with her SJW agenda.
That's right. That's completely true.
People are so funny.
You know, The Last Jedi was bad because there was an Asian character in it, right?
I hate Asians.
Yeah, I hate Asians too.
I hate Asians.
Asians
I
aren't
hate
even in
women.
Star Wars. I've never seen an Asian
Give
in
me
Star Wars.
straight old white men.
The only Asian I want in
attractive
Star
young
Wars is the
women.
Trade Federation.
Yeah. Taika Waititi, you know him.
I love him.
Love him so much.
I've never seen
not
any
for
movies-
Ragnarok.
I've never
Although
seen any of
Ragnarok
his
is one of
movies
the better
besides
ones.
Ragnarok.
Hunt for the Wilder People.
Get out, you damn ghost! That was so funny.
That's him.
That's him. I know.
Yeah, okay.
I know.
Hunt for the Wilder People. I watched that last week. I think phenomenal movie. I think you'd love it. Actually.
No, I think anything that he's touched, I want to watch now.
Yeah,
'cause-
no, he's amazing.
Yeah, no.
he has such a strong grasp on like relationships.
Mhm.
What else has he done? He's directed a few episodes of Flight of the Conchords.
He hasn't done a ton, surprisingly. I
No.
remember
What We Do in
looking
the
him
Shadows. That's a great one.
No, I haven't seen
Mockumentary about vampires. Hilarious. It is so funny.
I think mockumentaries are a very underrated style.
Yeah.
I don't think they're like done enough. Like, for example, I don't think you know World War Z.
Sure.
Have you read the book?
No.
Do you know what the book's about?
Zombies.
It's the most unconventional zombie story you can tell. It's about a guy who survived the zombie invasion and the zombie war and goes around interviewing people, and it gives a very technical breakdown of everything that led to the invasion, from like the contingency plans laid out by governments to how people spread the virus to how the governments collapsed to how the government succeeded. It literally lays out everything that you would want to know that happened in that world.
Yeah.
And what happened, and what led people to survive this war, and what led it to get as bad as it did. And that was so disappointing about World War Z.
Oh, the movie?
The movie. It was.
Oh, it didn't
was
do
a
that. It was just
complete-
it was just one guy's story, right?
Yeah, it was just one guy. It was so disappointing.
Huh.
If they did a high budget mockumentary
Of a zombie
of
outbreak.
a zombie
that would
outbreak,
be really cool.
it would be super cool that you could see the technical aspects of the government, like
Yeah,
debates.
yeah.
Like, oh my god, it would be so cool. But
Instead
yet,
of just like because we've already seen like one like
you
man
could
trying
be
to.
so much more ambitious
Yeah.
with that movie.
Oh, that'd
Do
be
something
cool.
that no one else has done.
Yeah, I'd watch a Star Wars mockumentary.
I
Anyway,
watched-
Taika Waititi, his newer movie or coming out movie, Jojo Rabbit, with Rebel Wilson, Scarlett Johansson, Sam Rockwell, and Robert Pattinson, is going to be going to the Karlovy Vary International Film Festival. So that's good news.
And where's
That's
that?
good for him. Sounds Russian.
I don't like Russians. I don't like anyone who isn't white.
American, yeah.
No. Russians are white. What am I kidding? What am I kidding?
Some of them aren't. Some of them are Asian.
Oh, by the way,
And
I'm,
as
Arab,
was
I'm Arab,
established-
so I can make these jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
true.
that's true. I'm a minority. Believe me.
I'm a minority too, okay?
What are you?
I don't like Marvel movies. So- I'm a straightish white man that doesn't like Marvel movies. So
I
pity
feel
me.
uncomfortable sitting in here now.
But yeah, cool. Next up on the point list.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, next movie, Spider-Man Homecoming 2 has a new title. Spider-Man Homecoming, Far From Homecoming.
From home.
Coming.
I
It's just Spider-Man Far From Home.
don't think there's much to say about this. I think it's a cool title.
Yeah. Boy, I mean,
that's about it. I mean, what
Yeah.
else can you talk about? Tom Holland's great.
Yeah.
Probably best Spider-Man movies. Homecoming, I think. Spider-Man 2 is really good, but like, it's Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
It
I
feels
feel
it feels like 2000.
Toby Maguire didn't really feel like
He
Spider-Man to
felt
me.
like a good Spider-Man, not like a good Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
'cause-
yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. Tom Holland does do a really good job of being
Both.
Spider-Man and Peter Parker.
Yeah, no. But what I don't get is in Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 3,
Mhm.
everyone trashed him when Peter Parker went emo and was acting like really like strange. I thought that was really cool because that was like Peter Parker. The only thing that was bad was that it was never established before. That was Peter Parker, a massive nerd, gross, ugly, smelly nerd, thinking what a cool person would act like, and that's what that was, and it was perfect. The only thing that was a problem was that he was never established to be a nerd beforehand.
Oh.
Really. In the first movie, there's a
yeah.
little bit of it. Second movie, I don't even think there's much Peter Parker at all.
Yeah.
So,
I feel...
Doc
Yeah, I
Ock's a
don't know.
fantastic villain, though.
I haven't seen it. I've seen the first one like a long time ago.
The second one's much better.
Yeah, I've heard that.
And it has the
Heard
best
that,
video
actually.
game based off of it. Unless you're watching it
I don't know.
2819.
Amazing Spider-Man 2 for PS3.
Screw you. Spider-Man, the new Spider-Man for PlayStation 4 looks
It looks
phenomenal.
awesome.
It looks
actually.
so fun.
Listen, I'm, you know me, not a big Marvel guy. I'm really looking forward to the Spider-Man lineup. There's the Into the Spider-Verse movie that's coming out.
Oh
the
my
Miles
God.
Morales one.
When is
and
that
then the
coming
video
out?
game. I don't know, but
I
it
think
looks
December. I
awesome.
think
It
December.
looks so good.
The animation is stunning.
Oh my god, it's amazing.
Oh my
I said it before, but there's an artist, Pascal Campion, who does stuff that reminds me of that. He's amazing.
You know, it reminds me of Weeb Alert. The
Don't
video
say
game
anime.
Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
Okay. Oh my god,
Yeah,
I hate you.
Yeah, I know. Google it. The graphics for that are insane. They're 3D and they look 2D, and that kind of reminds me of Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Except, like, cooler looking.
Well, I
'Cause
hope you
it's-
perish.
Okay, everyone likes Dragon Ball who's seen it, alright? You're the only one who hasn't.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to this Spider-Man stuff. That New York open world. Holy hell.
Oh,
I saw like one video that's like 20 minutes of gameplay. Jesus. But yeah, let's get moving on.
what's next?
The Last Jedi. There's been a group of people who came out, said that they have a budget to remake The Last Jedi.
Oh my god, I
Have you
love
seen
these
this?
guys
You've seen
so much. These guys are so great.
Is it real? I think it is, right? But like
The thing
it
is,
can't
like,
be.
If they are real, that's great. If
Yeah.
they aren't real, this is the greatest troll of all time. It's so gosh darn funny. It's
Whoa, language,
oh my,
Rayon.
I know you said PG-13. That idea is just so
It is.
out there and so funny to me. Like,
So funny.
oh my god, it's genius. 'Cause
It's like it's not
there's
even
so
something.
many people that would believe them.
Yeah, it's not even something that like I could just, like argue on because it's so stupid that like I don't even want to like.
The thing is, it's what's the law called when something parody becomes so extreme that you can't tell it from the original. That's what's going on right now. with
Schindler's
it.
Schindler's Law.
No. Well, it's basically like once parody gets so extreme, it becomes indistinguishable from
Yeah.
the original thing that it's parodying.
Like Weird Al.
Like Weird Al's actually good though.
Yeah.
But like, oh my god, no, they're
So
genius.
funny.
They're
It's so
genius,
funny.
and I applaud you if you actually make it, because I do want to see the version where Luke Skywalker destroys
Yeah.
stormtroopers for 2 hours.
Ray with a double lightsaber, whose mom
Quadruple
is Darth Maul
lightsaber.
and-
Yeah. Whose mom's Obi-Wan Kenobi and dad is Luke
Qui-Gon
Skywalker
Jinn.
from the
Oh.
future.
When he's 90 years old.
No, Mara Jade's son from Luke, who time travels back and then has a baby with Obi-Wan, and that's Rey.
Wow.
And that's what happened.
I'd pay to see that.
I would pay a lot of money to see that. And maybe we won't have to pay if they're gonna release it for free.
Who knows? Maybe it'll be better. Who's to say?
It's not gonna be better.
You can't say that for sure, Rayon. donate to them so that they can actually make it, and then you can say for sure.
Ugh,
Yeah, it's amazing. It's very good.
it's amazing.
Let's move on to new trailers. Jingle time now.
New trailers.
That was a good jingle. That was a very good jingle. Rayon, get off your phone, please.
I'm checking what's
Rayon,
next, man.
Rayon,
My mom was
please
texting me.
stop
I love
playing.
my mother. I
Please
talk to
stop
my-
playing Mario
Mario Run.
Super Mario
Run.
Sunshine
Yes,
for
I-
mobile.
I wish I could play that on my phone. That would be cool.
Have you seen any of these trailers?
I've seen the Predator trailer. I was not impressed by it until I looked at the director.
Who's the director?
I forget his name, but he did Iron Man 3.
Oh, yeah.
And I heard that movie was actually really good, and people hated it because it didn't follow the comics.
Right.
And that was the main reason. But he's a great action director. So I'm
Yeah.
excited to see what he does with the Predator.
The trailer just was...
Yeah, it looked cliche.
It looked very cliche
Yeah.
and bland. I mean, the Predator looked cool, but that was a design from...
Well,
what,
I saw.
80s,
I
90s?
thought The Shape of Water looked really bad in trailers.
Really?
I thought it looked awful in trailers.
I thought it looked really good in the trailer.
Yeah, no. I thought it looked boring.
Huh. Well, then you're probably
And dumb.
typically wrong. So you'll probably be wrong.
I'm just
about
saying,
this.
trailers don't always do the best impressions of movies.
Yeah, okay, that's true.
Pirates of the Caribbean, the newest one, everyone loved that movie. Trailer, yeah, I'm joking. No one watched that.
I didn't realize you were being sarcastic at first. I was like, really?
Ugh.
Um,
I know there are two types of people in this world.
the-
People who like,
those who want to watch the world burn, and those who become the villain when they don't be the hero.
People who like No
Batman.
Country for Old Men, and idiots. Ugh.
I guess that makes me a person who likes No Country for Old Men. Beautiful Boy. You heard of it? You
Nope.
seen it?
Nope.
It's Steve Carell, Timothy Chalamet. Steve Carell plays Timothy Chalamet's papa. You know who those people are, right, Rayon? You're not that.
Yeah,
You're
sure.
not that simple. You don't. Steve Carell.
Wait, is this this movie came out in 2010? Is this a
What?
Beautiful Boy?
Yeah.
Movie came out in 2010.
Hold on. Maybe I'm. Hold on.
Yeah, Timothy Chalamet, Steve Carell's
Boy.
in it. Are
Yeah.
you sure? The movie came out in 2011.
That's a different movie.
Is there a new?
No, yeah, that's a different movie with Michael Sheen and
Okay.
Maria.
You gave me the
Bello.
wrong cast list. There's a 2018 film.
Yeah, that's the one that I'm talking about. There are apparently two movies called Beautiful Boy. So
Alright.
I'm talking about the one that's coming out soon, where there was a trailer for it that was released recently. You dingus.
But they're okay. So
Steve
what's...
Carell and Timothy Chalamet aren't
Okay,
in the
okay.
2010
Oh,
Beautiful
all right,
Boy.
all right, okay. I was confused. Yeah, no.
It wasn't that hard, Rayon. But yeah, it's about a boy who has an addiction to meth or crack or something.
My favorite
And
things.
his dad trying to like cope with it and figure out how to help him, and it's just about their relationship, and it looks amazing. Like it is, I think it's gonna be one of those movies where it's the performance that drives it.
Like I don't know, like
Adam Driver in The Last Jedi.
yeah, no, that movie's good. What am I thinking of?
I don't know.
Good Will Hunting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good Will Hunting, or
Exactly.
Manchester by the Sea.
Yeah.
Manchester,
yeah.
like one of those.
But yeah, it's gonna be one of those kinds. Steve Carell looks amazing. He's so talented. He's such a versatile actor.
I love it when actors are versatile and amazing in whatever they do.
Yeah.
What's his Breaking Bad?
Johnny Depp.
Johnny.
Love him.
Breaking Bad. What's his face? Bryan Cranston.
Oh my God,
Bryan Cranston is the best.
So cool.
He's the
Malcolm in the
coolest.
Middle.
Malcolm in the Middle
Hilarious.
to Breaking Bad. Like, oh my God.
Like
Fantastic.
pretty
And
close together too.
He's
right?
one of the only actors, along with Steve Carell, I suppose, that have like successfully made the transition from TV to movies.
He is
Like,
in movies.
he is in
He was
movies.
in Saving Private Ryan.
Bryan Cranston?
Bryan Cranston's one.
I need to see that.
Yeah.
I don't know why I
It
haven't
was
watched
like
it
the
yet.
smallest role in the smallest scene, but he was in it.
You know Mike from Breaking Bad?
Sure.
He was in Airplane. That was his first role. He was the guy that
The bald guy?
Yeah, no. Yeah,
No.
the bald guy from
The
Breaking, old bald guy.
Who was he in Airplane?
He was a one-off joke. They said, how much longer till he comes in? He stands up at the air traffic control tower, opens up a microwave, checks on a turkey, and says about 5 more minutes, sir, and then closes it.
Wow.
Airplane is the greatest
Love
comedy
Airplane.
movie of all time, along with A Naked Gun. It is perfect. There are background gags, foreground gags,
It's amazing.
Like,
it is a very good movie.
talking gags, not talking gags.
I really like-
physical comedy, not physical comedy.
I really like.
I could keep
Jesus
going
Christ,
here.
Please don't. I really like movies that are like just gag after gag.
Yeah,
Like,
and I think Airplane and Naked Gun are the best examples of those.
and like Mel Brooks,
yeah.
Spaceballs, and the
Mm.
other stuff.
Yeah, those are funny.
Uh,
Young Frankenstein's great.
Oh, I love that movie. Oh, it's so good.
Too bad it's in black and white because I can't watch those movies because they're old and bad.
That doesn't. What are you talking about?
Black and white movies.
It's
They're
not an
all
old
old and
movie
bad.
though.
They're all old and bad. I hope you realize that.
The
Psycho's
artist-
old and bad. City Nights, old and bad.
Old
City
and-
Lights, I'm sorry, old and bad because they're black and white, and I can't watch that because it makes me feel sad.
And Frankenstein is great.
I'm joking.
That's what movies have you watched?
No.
I mean, I guess we'll get nothing.
I
Oh God, I'm
don't
gonna have
watch
to
movies.
talk. Oh, I'm gonna have to talk for like 20 minutes
You
about
know, we
Deadpool
don't have to
2.
reach. Oh, I love Deadpool 2. I saw that.
Okay, then we'll talk about that. We do have to reach an hour.
Do
That's
we?
the goal that I have.
Well, maybe.
Listen, man, I'm trying to keep a schedule.
I
I'm trying
think-
to have a goal.
Okay,
is
vote
new for
vote in
me.
the comments below or above or whatever you're watching this on. Should we do it always for an hour every time, no matter what, or make it as long as we can and have much more fun and a lot more good content
It's all about
versus dragging it out?
good content. Doesn't matter. It's all about the amount of content. Quantity
Quantity
over
over
quality,
quality,
which
yeah.
is what Marvel is doing. Okay, let's take the timestamp for that. Let's movies watch jingle. That shiz. Good jingle. How are you doing today, Rayon?
I'm doing Deadpool 2. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, let's do it.
Correct?
Let's do it.
I think Deadpool 2
Should
was...
we get into spoilers?
Um,
Let's do it. I'll timestamp it.
how about we
I'll get into
we
spoilers.
go into not spoilers first and then go into spoilers
Oh,
afterwards.
always
It's a good
being
idea.
smarter than me. Go for it.
All right. Deadpool 2, I think... I like the first Deadpool movie.
Mm-hmm. That's the first Deadpool too.
But I think Deadpool 2 felt a lot more like Deadpool,
It really did.
and it made me laugh a lot more.
I feel
think.
like this wasn't really a Marvel movie.
Well,
It had the
it's a-
Marvel name on it, but it
Yeah.
wasn't really a Marvel movie. And
Um,
it showed.
No, there was a lot of love put into it,
It really was.
and I think, like...
Ryan Reynolds, like, that's his little baby.
yeah.
Right? Like, Deadpool is kind of perfect for him.
Yeah, no. The only problem I have is that the movie is just Terminator 2. But...
Oh, God. Yeah, it is. They made a joke about that, too.
Did they?
called, yeah, I think they called Cable John Connor
Oh,
at
yeah.
one point.
Yeah.
But I really liked it.
No,
There
I loved
wasn't-
it.
I feel like there wasn't really like a definitive villain, which I enjoy. Like it was kind of Cable, but then at the same time it wasn't, and it was kind of Juggernaut, but at the same time he didn't like drive.
And the only time that can work is if it's a character-driven movie.
What
Like-
do you mean? Oh,
Yeah, if
what?
the character and the performances drive the movie versus just the plot.
Yeah,
Because otherwise it feels too messy most of the time.
yeah,
But, like, I don't know, Deadpool 2 did it really well.
yeah, yeah. Josh Brolin proved that he could play a good character with actual like depth and intrigue to it, and good motives.
Like Thanos.
No,
Yeah, like
actually,
just, like,
no.
like Thanos.
Well, what I'm thinking on that matter is no.
No, what I'm thinking on that matter is, yeah.
Well, okay, I see where you're coming from.
But, like, yeah.
No, but no.
No, but, like, if you like, actually think about it, like, take a minute and just, like, sit down, like, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, but Cable, I really liked his character, actually. I thought it was really interesting.
No, like, I don't know. I mean, I found his character, like, compelling enough, but, like, I've seen it before. And that's the problem I had. Like, I mean, it wasn't enough to, like, ruin
That is
the movie.
every Marvel villain. Every Marvel villain is
course.
exactly the same. How does that not bug you for every movie, then?
I'm not saying... my favorite Marvel movies are Infinity War and Homecoming. Both of them have really good villains.
They have mediocre villains
They have
that
really
are
good
really
villains.
good for the...
The most terrifying scene in the Marvel Cinematic Universe is when spoilers for Spider-Man: Homecoming,
Which
okay?
came out like 2
years ago. You should watch it.
No,
My
a
brother
year
didn't watch
ago.
it until like
No, it was
a
like
month ago.
exactly a year ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Anyway,
They come out too often, Rayon. There are too many Marvel movies.
shut up, Jack. The most terrifying scene in the Marvel Cinematic Universe is when the Vulture is sitting in the car with Peter Parker, and they both slowly realize who each other is.
I won't lie, that's a very good scene.
And it was terrifying.
That is very
Like,
good scene.
oh my god, that was perfect. I didn't like the
Mm-hmm.
final confrontation all that much, because it didn't really feel like...
In
Homecoming.
I
like the
where
build-up
they
to the
did
confrontation.
pew pew and the boom boom, the fights and...
No, I think everything up to that moment. I think the final battle itself was a little underwhelming.
Yeah.
It didn't really feel like anything special, really.
I like how they didn't kill Vulture, actually.
Yeah, no, I like that
was
too.
nice.
Because he was just a guy.
He's just a dude with a family. He's just a family dude. Like, Cable.
Cable.
We should probably that's been us getting into spoilers, right?
Spoilers for Deadpool 2.
Um,
If you've right now, big spoilers. Also for the anime Steins Gate, he's not going to timestamp that.
Deadpool kills Han
but-
Solo.
That's the truth. But
Spoilers. And,
Cable is just a character from the anime Steins Gate. Literally the exact same plot.
Nobody knows what you're talking about.
I know. No one cares, but yeah, no, Cable was what's her face from Steins Gate. Literally the exact same character. Except less badass.
You know what character I really liked, actually?
Who?
Domino. I really liked the luck being a superpower, and
Yeah.
I think they did that in a really clever way.
I think they absolutely did that in a clever way. Yeah.
She had that one sequence, though, after they were, like, parachuting down, where there was, like, a whole sequence of events where she was just, like, running and things were happening. That was kind of, like, weird looking. It felt
Like,
really out of
CGI
place.
wise?
Yeah. No.
No, Deadpool, like, the first Deadpool movie actually had, like, pretty bad CGI at points. Like
yeah, well, I mean, that was lower
budget,
budget.
yeah.
But I
Same
feel
with
like there
Kingsman.
was kind of a step up in the CG this time.
Oh, yeah, no.
Like Colossus looked better.
Colossus looked better. And, Juggernaut looked good, too.
Juggernaut, yeah. His
Juggernaut.
face, like his actual meaty face, was kind of questionable when you got close-ups on it, but everything else was fantastic on it.
Yeah. And
The-
Deadpool commented on it. Big CGI fight scene coming right up.
that was great. Okay, that's another thing. So I saw this with my girlfriend Jenny. You know her. She may be on the podcast in the future. We'll see.
Perhaps.
I saw it with her, and we both kind of had the same thought about the wall breaks. And like I'm kind of working on a character-ish right now, who is sort of one of those break the fourth wall kind of characters.
You can't do it and be annoying, though.
Yeah, and one of the problems that I've come across while writing that is I don't want to break the fourth wall and have it seem like I'm self-conscious in my writing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like if you mock the writing or mock the directing,
It doesn't
or
fix
mock...
the problem.
Exactly. And I feel like that is something that was a problem every now and then in Deadpool 2. I feel like they did a pretty good job of avoiding it, but it definitely did kind of rear its ugly head. Like, pretty frequently.
I don't know. I can't think of any specific moments.
They talked about the writing a lot. They talked about how, like, they made a lot of jokes about lazy writing, which I feel like doesn't really fix the issue.
Yeah.
Like, sure, it's a funny gag, but it...
But, like, again,
making
who watches Deadpool for the writing? Except for the comedic writing. I mean...
like, everyone. But, yeah. I don't know.
Movies I've watched. Upgrade.
Oh, we're changing the movie now?
Yes. Can we do that? Or do you have more
I haven't seen
things?
Upgrade.
I don't want to say much about it, so all I'm going to say is watch it. It's an action movie.
Yeah.
I don't want to overhype it or anything, but it's an action movie. And it's directed by the guy who did Saw.
I've heard it has some pretty good action scenes.
It has... The direction, the cinematography is incredible. Like, at points, it's just like, wow. Like, you're just taken aback by how cool it is. And I don't really want to get into... Because I think the less you know about it, the better.
The less you know.
But it's a low-budget, like, sci-fi action movie, and it never feels low-budget.
Oh.
And I think that the CGI, when it's there, is actually, like, really good. And it's very surprising, because I think... I heard this, like... When a director is used to low budgets and then given something higher than what they normally get, they go a lot further with what they have. And I really felt like they went as far as they could with what they had in this movie, and it was really impressive to watch.
Cool.
And it's a great fun action movie.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard good things about it.
Yeah, no, it's very surprising.
I haven't really heard anyone talking about it, but like what I have seen is...
Yeah, and I'm not sure if it's still in theaters though, because when I saw it, like the theater was empty. So, like, and that was, like, opening...
Do you remember, Death Wish?
No.
A Bruce Willis movie that came out this year.
That's right.
I went to Target yesterday.
Did you
It was,
watch?
like, already in, like, the $5 section. Came out this year.
Are you sure that wasn't the...
alongside, like, Marley and Me and, like...
Are you sure that wasn't the, Was it Charles Bronson? The original?
No,
The
it
original.
was the Bruce Willis Death Wish.
Ugh.
It got horrible reviews, like god awful.
You want to watch a good revenge movie? Upgrade. Upgrade's a great revenge movie.
Is it?
Yeah.
What was I talking about? Death Wish. Yeah, Death Wish. Give me a second.
It's bad.
18% Rotten Tomatoes, 31% Metacritic.
What is the Google reviews score? Like, how many people liked it?
85%.
Yeah, figures. Those are always higher.
Yeah. It has 6.4 out of 10 on IMDb. I feel like regular moviegoers are nicer to movies. Hence
But not
Marvel
as
movies.
pretentious idiots who will pick apart a movie because someone said something wrong at the bad time.
What?
Most people don't care. Because if they walk out having more fun than when they walked in, isn't that all that really matters?
I will say I've been more open lately to just, like, enjoying movies and, like, liking movies that I can just turn my brain off.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I liked Solo for that reason. I enjoyed Ocean's 8 for that reason, though I haven't seen Ocean's 11, and I've heard that it's pretty much, like, the exact same.
No, that's the thing with Ocean's 8 is, like, the movie on its own is perfectly fine, perfectly acceptable, nothing's wrong with it.
Yeah.
Except when taken in conjunction with the rest of the movies.
Right. Well,
it's just a shot-for-shot recreation of the Ocean's 11.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's the exact same plot,
Oh, wow.
but with women instead of guys.
Like, even
Like-
stealing a necklace from the Met?
Different, like, window dressing. Different
Right.
window dressing, same exact structure.
Wow. Okay. Well,
You
then
see,
that,
people
yeah.
complain about that for episode 7, but I think it's okay because the characters really drive that movie. I think more than
episode
the
7
plot.
also had more differences, too. I mean,
Yeah.
like, there was a lot similar. Like, the Death Star, Starkiller,
Yeah.
Darth Vader, Kylo, Obi-Wan,
The thing is, it's like a classic hero's journey tale. You can't really change as much. Like, how much can you
exactly.
change from it?
Yeah.
You know, Star Wars has always been.
I do have to say, Force Awakens isn't one of my favorites.
I will give you I annually now. I mean, I guess now it's annually. I re-rate all my Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
All right. No one's gonna be surprised about number 1, Episode 5,
Empire Strikes Back.
Empire Strikes Back.
Yummy.
The
yummy.
best.
I've watched that movie so many times.
Number 2, I think this is where it gets difficult now because there's a lot of
Yeah.
choices.
I always just go originals. I can't help it. I mean, there's the
I think 7 and 8 is better than 6.
Sorry, I'm just processing. Say the names.
Okay. Empire Strikes Back.
Oh yeah. I don't know. I like Return of the Jedi better than
I like most
Force
of Return of the
Awakens,
Jedi, but there's just like one. It's sort of like Episode 8 in that sense, where there's just one glaring like plot line that's just
Yeah.
kind of like not. Why is it there?
Which one's that?
The Ewok fight, like the entire
Oh.
Ewok thing. That was just. Kind
Well, they
of,
have to
why is
end the
that
war.
there?
They have to wrap it up.
But not with like cute teddy bears. It was with like Wookiees.
They needed to sell.
They needed to sell toys, but they didn't need
Toys.
to. They have enough merchandise. They're rich.
Yeah,
Are you
but
kidding me?
look at Marvel, you dingus.
Okay, yeah, but like
They make
those,
3 movies a year. They don't have to do that. They
yeah,
have
but
plenty
they make
of money.
and people watch it.
Exactly. That's.
But they didn't create like new characters just to sell.
But they
toys.
don't have to continue to make movies. They have enough money. Star Wars didn't have to do the Ewoks. They have enough money.
But the Ewoks don't add anything to the movie. They don't add anything. They just detract.
Yeah, they do. They add on to the universe.
Yub nub.
Yeah.
Yub nub.
Yeah.
Na da 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 da.
It adds a sense of unpredictability, like with
No.
the twist at the end of Empire.
It just doesn't make any sense.
You don't make any sense.
Doesn't make any. Okay, back to my ratings.
Well, it's kind of like
Empire Strikes Back.
Nah, I won't.
And then like I think Episode 4, A New Hope, barely edges out 7 and 8. I put 7 and 8 on equal footing. I think 8 would be better were it not for Canto Bite.
Mhm.
And then after that, it's Episode
I feel like even
6.
then, Canto Bite could have been done better.
No, I think after that it's Solo, Episode 6, Episode 3, Rogue One, and then 1 and then 2.
I like Attack of the Clones better than I like the Phantom Menace. Actually,
I don't know. I think
Phantom Menace is more difficult for me to get through.
it's just there's so much of nothing going on
Yeah,
in
it's-
Episode 2.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
It's-
But I mean,
it's a
Episode
romance,
1.
but
I
it's
feel like
not
they
done
could have
right.
merged Episode 1 and Episode 2, but they wanted to keep
And
it a
edit out
trilogy.
half of the boring stuff in it. Then yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, you can watch all of Star Wars without Phantom Menace and still get it. Like
You
to
can watch
me, it
all
just
of Star
doesn't-
Wars without Episodes 1, 2, and 3, and still get it because that's how
Yeah.
they were made.
Yeah. We have 4 minutes to fill, Rayon.
No, we don't.
Do you want to just
quit it
scream
now.
for 4 minutes? No! We have a...
I'm gonna be silent for the rest of
Let's
the
talk
time.
about Star Wars.
Making me cry.
Let's talk about Star Wars. I'll just name this one, like, M3 movies. Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars.
And more Star Wars.
And more Star Wars.
If Will was here, he would love Star Wars because we all love Star Wars.
Does Will like Star Wars?
Will likes Star Wars
I
a
thought
little
he
bit
did.
less than you and me, but he still loves it.
Will is our friend who was going to be on today until
But then he went cliff jumping. He probably broke his back.
Did he actually go cliff jumping?
Yeah, we'll
Are
we'll
you
update.
kidding me?
We'll- no, not even kidding.
What? How
Yeah.
could he... Hey, Will? Hey, Will, if you're listening to this right
He's
now...
not gonna listen this far in. No one's gonna listen this far in. Not even you, Mr. and Mrs. Hanton.
They do. They do.
They
My
do
mommy
not.
and daddy listen to this.
They do not. Leave it in the comments if you heard this.
Okay, Will, if you're listening to this, how could you miss such a like glaring obstacle in your schedule when we were clearly planning for Wednesday, you dingus? How can you miss that you're going cliff jumping? Cliff jumping, Will! You're jumping off a cliff!
I'll update you next podcast if he's dead, or
Yeah.
if he broke his back, or if he's a quadriplegic.
Or if he's okay, though that's doubtful.
That would
Like-
make for an interesting story. Let's be honest.
That's true. So if he is fine, then we'll have to break something of his.
I call his
Dibs on the
seventh,
spleen.
Seventh.
I want
preferred
to break the spleen.
I would love to break someone's spleen. You didn't hear that
I don't
from me.
think he
Reach in and crush,
can.
Mortal Kombat style.
Yeah. Well, okay. There's a good 2 minutes in the jingles, I think. So that about does it.
A lot of jingles.
A lot of jingles.
All right, this is
Don't
Rayon.
tell me how to do my
Rayon
podcast.
from N3 Movies,
This is
permanently replacing Brian Johnson.
Well,
I think I'm more entertaining than Brian. Leave in the comments if I'm more entertaining than Brian.
maybe you're entertaining, but what's our how do we play off of each other, Rayon?
I think
Better than me and Brian?
better than me and Brian.
But better than you? All right. That's it. I'm Jack.
Signing off.
No, you say your name now.
I'm
Jack.
Rayon.
He's Rayon. Whatever. Love
Bye.
you. Bye.